In a world overflowing with voices clamoring for attention, how can one navigate the currents of influence with dignity, authenticity, and purpose? How can we truly connect, not just control, and ensure that our intentions remain noble, aligned with the greater good? The art of persuasion often feels like a shadowed path, fraught with the temptation to manipulate, yet it holds profound potential to bring individuals closer, to foster trust, and to help us understand one another deeply. What you are about to learn here isn't merely about controlling others. True influence doesn't demand control, but nurtures connection. The insights here are grounded in ancient principles akin to the wisdom of Stoicism, where influence serves not selfish ends, but the collective good. Through these 15 powerful psychological techniques, you'll discover tools to foster trust, mutual understanding, and integrity in every interaction. As we walk through each principle, you'll find that mastering them is more than a means of persuasion. It's a journey to self-mastery, cultivating an influence that is subtle, ethical, and enduring. Prepare to delve into techniques that unveil the depths of human connection, from the authority you project to the way you listen, from the power of a smile to the influence of scarcity. Stay with us until the end. Often, the most profound insights await those who persist. Let us begin then with the first principle, a cornerstone of influence: establishing trust through authority. 1. Establish trust through authority. True authority demands trust, not force. Imagine a time when someone guided you, a teacher, mentor, or leader whom you trusted implicitly. Was it the authority they commanded, the knowledge they possessed, or perhaps the way they inspired you to question and grow that fostered this trust? Authority, in its purest form, is not rooted in dominance, but rather in credibility, respect, and the quiet assurance of competence. In the art of persuasion, the first psychological principle we explore is the delicate yet powerful force of authority, one of the most influential tools in connecting with others and guiding their actions thoughtfully. In essence, to persuade through authority is to invite trust by demonstrating genuine expertise and integrity. Stoicism often emphasizes that true power lies in mastery over oneself, not in external displays. This principle aligns beautifully with the Stoic approach. Authority is earned, not seized. It is proven by deeds, not decrees. Therefore, establishing true authority begins within. What does it mean to truly embody authority? How do we avoid the pitfalls of arrogance and embody humility instead? Authority, then, is not merely a matter of position or title, but of demonstrating knowledge and commitment to excellence. Those we deem authoritative are those we perceive to be genuinely invested in their craft, sincere in their purpose, and measured in their actions. Think about the professionals whose opinions you value, perhaps a doctor, a teacher, or a leader in your community. These individuals likely project authority not only through their titles, but through their consistent competence, clarity, and dedication to their field. Ways to establish authority. Show knowledge without boasting. Knowledge shared with humility has a profound impact. Displaying expertise without the need for constant validation or grandstanding is in itself an act of authority. Imagine entering a conversation not with the intention to impress, but to inform, guide, or help. How might that change the tone of your interactions? Maintain integrity. Authority cannot stand without integrity. To gain genuine trust, one must act ethically and responsibly, a central tenet in Stoicism. Are your intentions pure? Are you committed to truth over personal gain? Authority is only as strong as the moral foundation upon which it is built. Refer to respected figures and reliable sources. Aligning with recognized experts and referencing credible sources strengthens your authority. By demonstrating respect for established wisdom, you show humility and reinforce trust. It is not necessary to prove oneself as the sole expert, rather, to stand on the shoulders of those who came before you. Be consistent and reliable. Consistency signals to others that they can rely on you, as does steadfast reliability. Authority is not a temporary state, but a lasting impression, a result of repeated actions that align with words. In Stoicism, consistency in virtue is key. Similarly, consistency in expertise strengthens authority in every interaction. Balance authority with accessibility. Authority must be tempered with empathy and approachability. Those who inspire trust are often those who remain approachable, able to listen, and open to feedback. Here lies the balance between authority and humility, a balance that true leaders, both past and present, strive to achieve. The impact of authority on influence. When authority is established with humility, it sets the stage for influence that is not forceful but welcomed. Those who seek your guidance are not compelled by obligation, but by respect, seeing you as a steady hand in a tumultuous world. How many of us have felt persuaded simply because we trusted someone's judgment? This is the silent power of authority. It need not shout to be heard. It merely needs to be consistent, sincere, and deeply rooted in respect for others. Reflect for a moment. What areas in your life call for authority, and how can you cultivate it without ego? Authority, when practiced with integrity, becomes a bridge to trust, and through that trust, true influence flows naturally. As we move to the next principle, consider how authority, once grounded in humility and genuine expertise, opens the door to another powerful tool, one that further personalizes our connections, the simple yet profound act of using a person's name. 2. Use the power of a name. A name is not just a label, it's an affirmation of identity. Consider the power contained in a name. It is more than a mere combination of sounds or letters. It is a representation of one's identity, an echo of one's essence, and a deeply personal acknowledgement. When we hear our name spoken with intention, it sparks recognition and reminds us that we are seen, valued, and respected. Names are deeply personal, and using them carefully is a powerful way to connect. In the Art of Persuasion, the use of a person's name can strengthen bonds, making our interactions feel uniquely meaningful. Stoicism teaches us to approach others with humility, to recognize the individual before us with respect and empathy. Imagine how different each conversation might feel if we took a moment to acknowledge the person as an individual rather than as an abstract other. Have you ever noticed how hearing your name can suddenly make a conversation feel more personal? This psychological principle taps into that exact sentiment, urging us to see the individual behind the name and to connect on a more personal level. The psychological impact of using names. In moments of social interaction, using someone's name signals acknowledgement. People often respond positively to this, not just because it grabs their attention, but because it resonates on an emotional level. Imagine, for instance, being in a crowded room. Amidst the chatter and noise, hearing your name cuts through, grasping your focus. Why? Because a name is an affirmation. It validates the listener's identity and significance. How many times have we entered conversations where we felt overlooked or dismissed? By addressing someone by their name, you're performing a simple yet profound act of respect. Stoicism would encourage us to ask ourselves if we are truly present, actively engaging and seeking connection, or merely going through the motions. Using someone's name, then, is a reminder of this attentiveness and intentionality. Ways to use the power of a name. Begin with the name. Using a person's name at the start of a conversation establishes a direct channel of communication. This can be particularly useful when you first meet or when re-engaging in conversation. It shows that you are reaching out directly to the individual, setting a tone of mutual respect. Ask yourself, in what ways can using a person's name at the outset change the tone of the interaction? Emphasize key moments. Using a name strategically during moments of gratitude, like saying, "Thank you, Sarah," or in moments of direct encouragement, can add depth to your words. Such moments are charged with personal acknowledgement, turning simple phrases into acts of affirmation. Ensure authenticity. A name must never be used manipulatively. Just as Stoicism reminds us to keep our intentions pure, using a name should come from a place of genuine connection. People can sense insincerity quickly, and forced use of a name might backfire, leading to mistrust. Practice moderation. While using a name has the potential to enhance interaction, overuse can feel artificial. Aim for balance, emphasizing the name when it matters most, at key points where it deepens the connection. This way, the listener doesn't feel like they're being coaxed, but rather valued. Observe the impact. In Stoic practice, we learn to observe the effects of our actions without attachment. As you incorporate someone's name into conversation, notice the changes in their demeanor. Do they become more open, more engaged, or more attentive? Using this observation as feedback helps refine your approach. The role of names in building trust. People are more likely to listen, trust, and respond positively when they feel recognized. Addressing someone by their name encourages this sentiment, creating a level of comfort that opens doors to further engagement. By consciously using names, we build a foundation of mutual respect and demonstrate that we are invested in the other person. This practice requires presence and intention, qualities that are at the heart of Stoicism. For when we see a person as more than just a position or a function, we engage with them on a human level, fostering genuine bonds. In our quest to master the art of persuasion, using someone's name is a reminder of the value of personal connection. It reminds us that influence begins with seeing the person before us, acknowledging their unique presence. Think back to the last meaningful interaction you had. Was it perhaps defined by the recognition of your individuality? As we move forward, let's explore a technique that reflects the human connection even further. Mirroring, a subtle yet powerful way to deepen rapport by reflecting back the behaviors of those around us. 3. Build rapport with mirroring. Connection thrives in reflection. Mirroring is a subtle art, one where we don't necessarily copy, but rather reflect the essence of another's behaviors, gestures, or tone. This practice taps into an ancient instinct for harmony, a gentle alignment that makes others feel understood. How often have you felt at ease with someone who seems to understand your rhythms, your pace, or even your pauses? Mirroring offers us the opportunity to create rapport without words, to establish connection by simply reflecting back a person's way of being. In Stoicism, harmony with others and with nature is a recurring theme. Mirroring reflects this idea by guiding us to align with another's energy in a natural, respectful way. This connection isn't meant to deceive or manipulate, but to show attentiveness and empathy. When we mirror with genuine intention, we are saying, "I see you and I honor who you are." Ways to build rapport through mirroring. Match body language with subtlety. Mirroring is about capturing the essence of another's body language without appearing imitative. If they lean forward, consider leaning slightly forward as well. If they speak with their hands, you may bring a touch of expressiveness into your own gestures. Done respectfully, this can create a sense of comfort. Reflect the rhythm of speech. Notice the pace, tone, and volume of the other person's speech. Are they speaking in short, concise phrases? Or do they express themselves with slow, measured tones. Adapting to their pace can make them feel more understood, as if you're in sync with their thoughts. Adapt facial expressions mindfully. Our facial expressions often mirror our feelings, whether we intend them to or not. By reflecting expressions like a smile or nod, we signal understanding. In Stoic tradition, observing and moderating one's expressions reflects self-awareness. This practice of observing not only the other person, but ourselves as we mirror, enhances genuine connection. Avoid obvious mimicry. Mirroring should be so subtle it feels natural to the other person. Attempting to replicate every move will come across as forced, even contrived. Instead, aim to gently align yourself with the essence of their behavior without crossing into imitation. Anchor yourself in genuine interest. Mirroring that lacks sincerity can seem manipulative. Let your actions stem from a real desire to connect, allowing authenticity to guide you. Ask yourself, do I mirror to manipulate, or do I mirror to understand? Mirroring and its impact on trust. When done well, mirroring bridges gaps. It conveys empathy and a willingness to meet the other person where they are. Think of a moment when someone seemed to get you on a deeper level. Often, it's these small, unspoken gestures that build unshakable trust. The Stoic approach here is to use mirroring as a means to foster unity without compromising personal integrity or values. After all, influence is at its best when it brings us closer, not when it creates distance. Now, we turn to a technique that, though simple, holds the potential to brighten any interaction: the genuine smile. 4. Display genuine smiles. A true smile speaks to the heart without words. There is a quiet power in a genuine smile, one that transcends language and can uplift the mood of those who encounter it. A smile, when authentic, is more than a mere facial expression. It is an invitation, a gesture that says, "I welcome you." Smiling is a universal form of communication, understood by all yet undervalued in its simplicity. Stoic wisdom reminds us that true power lies in small acts of kindness, and a smile is perhaps one of the simplest yet most profound acts we can offer. A genuine smile comes from within. It is not forced or rehearsed. It involves not only the mouth but the eyes, creating an openness that people instinctively trust. This type of smile, known as the Duchenne smile, is universally associated with sincerity. But why does something so small carry such weight? The answer lies in our natural instinct to seek harmony and connection, and a smile is often the first gesture that bridges the gap. Ways to cultivate the power of a genuine smile. Smile with intention. Let each smile arise from a genuine place. As Stoicism teaches, our actions should stem from authenticity, not from a desire to manipulate. Imagine approaching each person with the intent to uplift rather than to impress. Engage the eyes. A smile that reaches the eyes, creating subtle crow's feet, is universally recognized as sincere. Such a smile conveys warmth and a welcoming spirit, allowing others to feel at ease. Remember, the eyes reveal our true intentions. Smile in appropriate contexts. A smile, though powerful, should be applied thoughtfully. In times of joy or shared understanding, a smile can enhance connection, while in moments requiring solemnity, it might appear misplaced. Practicing discernment, a principle in Stoicism, can help us choose the right time to smile. Use smiling to break tension. A well-timed smile has the power to ease tension and invite calm. When conversations become tense or uncertain, a gentle smile can be the first step toward resolution, signaling openness and understanding. Avoid forced smiles. There is a noticeable difference between a genuine and a forced smile. Smiling out of obligation or insincerity is likely to create distance rather than connection. Instead, smile when you genuinely feel it, allowing your emotions to guide you. The impact of a genuine smile. Smiles are contagious. They spread quickly and invite positive responses from others. A smile, even a brief one, can change the tone of an interaction, transforming tension into harmony. Recall a moment when someone's smile uplifted you. It is one of the simplest gestures, yet it has the power to transform interactions, to turn strangers into friends, and to bring a moment of lightness into our day. As we continue, let us explore another powerful form of acknowledgement: validating emotions. 5. Validate emotions. Acknowledging others' emotions is an act of respect. In the realm of influence, validation is a potent tool. By recognizing and affirming others' emotions, we create a safe space for open, honest expression. Stoic philosophy emphasizes self-awareness and self-restraint, but it also encourages empathy, a willingness to understand others' perspectives. When we validate others' feelings, we're not necessarily agreeing with them, but we are acknowledging their right to feel as they do. This is a deeply respectful practice, one that builds trust and encourages openness. Consider how it feels to be genuinely heard, for someone to not just listen to your words, but to understand your feelings. Emotional validation fosters connection by showing that we value the other person's experiences. In moments of tension or disagreement, validation serves as a bridge, allowing both sides to feel acknowledged. How often have you wished that someone could simply acknowledge your feelings without judgment? Ways to validate emotions effectively. Practice active listening. Before you can validate someone's emotions, you must understand them. Listen attentively, without interrupting or rushing. In Stoicism, patience is a virtue, and here it is an essential practice. Listen not to respond, but to understand. Use empathetic language. Phrases like, "I can see that this is difficult for you," or "It makes sense that you would feel this way," convey empathy and acknowledge the other person's perspective. Such language doesn't require agreement, only acknowledgement. Reflect and clarify. Reflecting back what the other person has said can help ensure understanding. For instance, saying, "It sounds like you're feeling frustrated," shows that you're engaged and that you're seeking clarity rather than making assumptions. Avoid dismissing or minimizing feelings. Dismissal, even when unintentional, can create feelings of alienation. Acknowledge the person's experience without suggesting they shouldn't feel a certain way. As Stoicism teaches, each person's experience is their own. Honor it as you would wish yours to be honored. Refrain from immediate solutions. Sometimes people need acknowledgement rather than solutions. Offering immediate advice may suggest that their feelings are less important than problem solving. Give space for them to process, offering guidance only when they seek it. The power of emotional validation. When we validate another's emotions, we are saying, "I see you and I respect your experience." This act can open doors to understanding, build trust, and strengthen relationships. Imagine a conflict where both sides feel seen and respected. How much easier might it be to reach resolution? Emotional validation is a profound gift, one that promotes empathy and reminds us of our shared humanity. Now, having explored the importance of validating emotions, let us delve into the next essential skill for building trust and understanding: the art of active listening. 6. Practice active listening. Listening is not passive, it's an act of respect. In a world where distractions abound, true listening has become a rare skill. Active listening requires us to be fully present, to focus our attention entirely on the other person, setting aside our own thoughts and judgments momentarily. Stoic philosophy teaches that true mastery involves control over one's own mind. Here, we exercise that mastery by directing our attention outward, immersing ourselves in the act of listening. Active listening is an act of respect. It shows others that their words, thoughts, and feelings are valuable. When we listen actively, we are not merely waiting for our turn to speak. Instead, we engage in the conversation with curiosity, empathy, and openness. Think of a time when you felt genuinely heard. How did it make you feel? Did it foster a deeper connection, a sense of trust? This is the power of active listening, a power available to anyone willing to practice. Ways to practice. Active listening. Focus completely on the speaker. Active listening demands full presence. Set aside distractions, make eye contact, and allow yourself to be fully present in the moment. Stoicism teaches us to control our impulses. Here, we control the impulse to drift, choosing instead to immerse ourselves in the interaction. Use non-verbal cues, nod, smile, and maintain an open posture. These signals show that you are engaged and receptive. When combined with genuine attention, non-verbal cues reinforce trust and connection. Ask clarifying questions. When appropriate, ask questions that deepen your understanding, such as, "Can you tell me more about that?" This shows that you are not only listening, but also interested in understanding more deeply. Avoid formulating a response prematurely. One of the greatest challenges in listening is the urge to respond before the other person has finished. As Stoicism teaches, patience and restraint are virtues. Listen without planning your reply. Allow the speaker to finish, and let your response arise naturally. Paraphrase and reflect. Restate what you've heard in your own words to show comprehension, e.g., "It sounds like you're saying." This not only confirms your understanding, but also gives the speaker a chance to clarify or expand. The transformative effect of active listening. Active listening has the potential to disarm conflict, foster mutual respect, and strengthen relationships. When we listen actively, we build an atmosphere of trust and understanding. Think of the relationships that have flourished in your life. Did they not, in part, arise from moments of genuine listening? Active listening reminds us that connection is rooted in presence and intention, in showing others they are worthy of our time and attention. As we move forward, let us examine a principle closely tied to human nature, the Law of Reciprocity. 7. Apply the Law of Reciprocity. Give without seeking. Trust that goodness, once given, returns in time. The Law of Reciprocity is rooted in a natural human tendency to return favors, gestures, and kindness. When someone does something for us, there is a compelling instinct to reciprocate, to balance the scales. This psychological principle can be powerful when approached with integrity, fostering goodwill and mutual respect. Stoicism reminds us to give freely and without attachment to the outcome. Reciprocity, when done without expectation, creates a cycle of genuine connection. Think of a time when someone offered a small gesture of kindness, a helping hand, a sincere compliment, or a thoughtful gift. Did it not naturally inspire you to respond in kind? In persuasion, reciprocity can open doors, create lasting impressions, and build strong foundations for future interactions. However, we must apply it with humility and patience, trusting that giving, even without immediate return, is in itself an act of character. Ways to apply reciprocity effectively. Offer small, thoughtful gestures. Reciprocity does not demand grand gestures. Often, a small act of kindness is enough to create a sense of goodwill. Imagine sharing valuable information or lending a helping hand without expecting anything in return. Such actions speak to a character of abundance and generosity. Give freely without expectation. True reciprocity arises when we give genuinely, without waiting for something in return. This is a key tenet in Stoicism, where the reward lies in the act itself. By giving freely, we allow others the space to reciprocate naturally, if they choose. Show appreciation. Reciprocity thrives on mutual recognition. When others offer you help, acknowledge their effort with genuine gratitude. This reinforces their positive act and fosters a cycle of kindness. Create a balance of give and take. Reciprocity is healthiest when it creates a balanced relationship. Avoid placing people in situations where they feel compelled to pay back under pressure. Instead, allow generosity to flow naturally between you. Allow time for reciprocity to unfold. Reciprocity often takes time to manifest. Patience is essential, as Stoicism teaches us to wait calmly, detached from outcomes. Trust that goodwill returns in unexpected and meaningful ways. The influence of reciprocity in building relationships. By giving without conditions, we create an atmosphere of trust and respect. Others may feel more inclined to reciprocate, to extend kindness back, which strengthens connections. In life, generosity given sincerely often finds its way back to us, sometimes from unexpected sources. Reflect on this. How can we cultivate generosity in our lives without attachment? As we move forward, we will see how consistency, too, influences those around us, drawing them into alignment with our values and actions. 8. Use consistency for commitment. Consistency in word and action is the bedrock of character. Consistency is a principle that binds us to our words, actions, and beliefs. When people commit to an idea, especially publicly, they feel a powerful need to remain consistent with that commitment. This desire for alignment is rooted in our quest for integrity. Humans strive to act in a way that upholds the values they profess. In Stoicism, consistency is the essence of virtue, where one's character is measured by the reliability of one's actions, grounded in principle. Imagine making a commitment, small or large, donating regularly, or simply promising to show up on time. Each act reinforces that commitment, strengthening not only the perception others have of us, but also our own self-discipline. Consistency, therefore, is as much a tool for influencing others as it is a practice of self-mastery. When we act in alignment with our values, we foster trust and inspire commitment in others. Ways to cultivate consistency for commitment. Start with small commitments. Encourage others to agree on something minor, something achievable. This initial step, when followed by consistent actions, builds confidence. For instance, in a collaborative project, agreeing to complete one small task can set the stage for larger, enduring commitments. Align your words with your actions. Nothing speaks more powerfully than integrity. When our actions align with our words, we become more trustworthy. Ask yourself, do I fulfill my promises? Do I stand by my principles even when it's difficult? Remind others of their commitments. Gently reminding others of their commitments can encourage consistency. Use affirmations like, "You mentioned this was important to you." Such reminders can help individuals realign with their stated intentions. Value long-term over short-term. In the rush of daily life, it's easy to forget commitments. Stoicism teaches us to prioritize long-term virtues over fleeting gains. Reflect on the bigger picture. How does consistency today shape the trust others place in us tomorrow? Celebrate adherence to commitment. Recognize the efforts others make to remain consistent. Celebrating progress, no matter how small, reinforces the value of commitment and encourages them to continue. The strength of consistency in building character. Consistency builds a reputation of dependability, inviting others to engage with us on a level of trust. Just as a sturdy foundation supports a lasting structure, so does consistency uphold our credibility. This principle is not only about persuading others, but about demonstrating that we stand firm in our values. When others see us act with unwavering commitment, they are inspired to do the same. And as we continue, we explore another way to elevate relationships by recognizing what makes each individual unique. 9. Highlight uniqueness. Celebrate the distinct, for in the unique, we find true connection. Each person carries qualities, perspectives, and strengths that make them distinct. When we acknowledge someone's uniqueness, we validate their individuality, allowing them to feel valued not for what they do, but for who they are. Recognizing someone's uniqueness strengthens bonds and creates motivation because people feel seen and appreciated. Stoicism encourages us to see beyond ourselves and acknowledge the diversity around us as part of the collective human experience. Imagine the last time someone complimented a unique quality of yours, one that perhaps goes unnoticed by most. That simple recognition likely made you feel valued and understood. This practice is particularly powerful in building rapport, as it speaks directly to a person's identity. How often do we take the time to look beyond roles and recognize the individual? Ways to embrace and highlight uniqueness. Personalize your interactions. Address people in ways that reflect their individuality. If you know they have a unique interest, bring it up in conversation. This small gesture of recognition can make them feel appreciated. Acknowledge unique strengths. Everyone has talents or qualities that stand out. Recognize these strengths and acknowledge them openly. For instance, saying, "Your attention to detail always impresses me," reinforces their uniqueness. Encourage self-expression. Create space for people to express their individual qualities. When possible, invite them to share their ideas or to bring their unique perspective into discussions. In doing so, you show that their uniqueness has value. Offer meaningful, personalized feedback. Tailor your feedback to reflect the individual's strengths and areas of growth. Such feedback, grounded in a genuine understanding of their character, resonates deeply. Refrain from comparison. Avoid comparing individuals to one another, which can diminish their sense of uniqueness. Instead, focus on celebrating their personal qualities, affirming their distinct value. The impact of celebrating uniqueness. Recognizing uniqueness reinforces respect and strengthens connections. When others see that we value them for who they are likely to feel more engaged and committed. Think of the connections in your life that thrive on mutual respect for individuality. Do they not feel richer, more meaningful? Highlighting uniqueness is a subtle form of influence, one that calls forth the best in others. As we proceed, we'll explore how a simple but powerful approach, evoking curiosity, can invite others to engage on an even deeper level. 10. Evoke curiosity. Curiosity draws the mind to wonder, igniting a desire to know more. Curiosity is a powerful force that drives learning, exploration, and engagement. By sparking curiosity, we invite others to embark on a journey of discovery, one that encourages them to seek answers or to explore ideas with enthusiasm. In Stoicism, curiosity is seen as a pathway to wisdom, for a curious mind is an open mind, eager to understand and to learn. This principle of persuasion taps into our natural inclination to explore the unknown, making our communication more engaging and memorable. Consider a time when a question or mystery caught your attention, compelling you to learn more. The allure of curiosity, the feeling of anticipation, is both thrilling and rewarding. When we evoke curiosity in others, we engage them on a deeper level, giving them the opportunity to discover insights on their own. How often do we pause to invite curiosity in our daily conversations? Ways to evoke curiosity. Ask open-ended questions. Invite others to explore ideas by posing thought-provoking questions. Questions like, "What do you think might happen if?" or "Have you ever wondered why?" can spark curiosity naturally. Use intriguing facts or stories. Share unusual or interesting facts that pique interest. An engaging story or a surprising statistic creates a mental hook that makes others want to know more. Present information in a layered way. Instead of revealing everything at once, share information gradually. This technique, often used in storytelling, keeps the listener engaged as they anticipate what comes next. Challenge conventional thinking. Present ideas that gently challenge norms, encouraging others to question assumptions. This approach not only fosters curiosity, but also invites a deeper reflection on what is often taken for granted. Leave space for discovery. Avoid over-explaining. Instead, leave gaps for others to fill. By giving people space to draw their own conclusions, we respect their intelligence and autonomy, allowing curiosity to take root. The effect of curiosity on engagement. Curiosity transforms ordinary conversations into memorable exchanges. It invites people to invest in the interaction, not out of obligation, but out of a desire to learn or understand something new. By evoking curiosity, we open the door to deeper engagement, inviting others into a shared experience of discovery. Reflect on the conversations that have held your attention. Did they perhaps spark your curiosity? This principle reminds us that influence is not about providing all the answers, but about creating a space for exploration. Now, as we move forward, let us consider how these principles deepen our understanding of human connection and further our practice of influence. 11. Emphasize scarcity. We value what is rare. Scarcity reveals the hidden worth in what we may take for granted. The concept of scarcity taps into a fundamental human tendency, the desire to hold on to what feels limited or fleeting. Scarcity suggests that something is valuable because it is rare, available only for a limited time or in a limited quantity. This principle can be used with integrity to highlight the unique aspects of what we offer. Stoic wisdom often reminds us to value things not for their abundance, but for the intrinsic worth they hold, be it time, relationships, or opportunities. Scarcity heightens appreciation, encouraging us to make intentional choices, and it nudges others to consider the importance of not letting valuable moments or opportunities pass by unnoticed. Think about the feeling of a fleeting sunrise, a rare book, or a limited opportunity to learn from someone wise. How does the knowledge that something is rare change the way we view it? This is the effect of scarcity. Ways to emphasize scarcity effectively. Highlight unique qualities. Emphasize what makes an opportunity, product, or experience unique. When we make others aware of the rarity of something, we gently remind them of its value. A simple reminder, these types of opportunities are few and far between, allows them to appreciate it more deeply. Use timely language. Scarcity is often tied to time. Phrases such as, "only available for a limited period," or "act before the window closes," introduce a subtle urgency, reminding others that some chances, like time itself, are not eternal. Encourage reflection on consequence. Invite others to consider what might be lost if the opportunity is passed by. The Stoic practice of contemplating impermanence can deepen awareness, reminding us to embrace what matters while it's within our reach. Offer genuine scarcity, not fabrication. True scarcity feels natural, but when artificially created, it loses its authenticity and can lead to distrust. Emphasizing scarcity with honesty aligns with the Stoic principle of integrity, where influence is built on truth, not on manipulation. Balance urgency with respect for choice. Scarcity encourages prompt action, but the choice to act should remain theirs. Persuasion is strongest when it respects autonomy, giving others the option to choose freely. The power of scarcity in appreciation and action. Scarcity reminds us of value. It urges us not to take what's before us for granted, to seize moments before they fade. By highlighting scarcity, we foster a mindset of appreciation, an awareness of time, and an invitation to act thoughtfully. As you reflect on moments in your own life, consider the things that grew more precious with the knowledge that they were rare. And as we transition to our next principle, let us explore how scarcity connects with something equally powerful, the impact of anticipation. 12. Create anticipation. Anticipation transforms the mundane into the extraordinary. Anticipation, the thrill of looking forward, creates a bridge between the present and the future. It builds suspense, engages the imagination, and adds depth to the experiences we await. Think of the joy in waiting for a long-anticipated event or the excitement before an important announcement. This anticipation, when cultivated thoughtfully, enhances the value of the moment we await. In Stoic thought, anticipation encourages us to approach the future with patience and an appreciation for what lies ahead. To inspire anticipation is to draw others into a shared excitement. Imagine giving others a glimpse of what is to come, letting their minds fill in the details, building up a sense of wonder and eagerness. Anticipation invites engagement that is active, not passive, for those involved participate in the experience long before it unfolds. Ways to create anticipation. Use teasers and hints. A small preview, a hint of what's to come, awakens curiosity. Sharing a few exciting details but holding back the full story draws others in. A simple phrase like, "You won't want to miss what's next," opens a space for curiosity to flourish. Build in a timeline. Anticipation grows stronger with time, especially when it has structure. Setting a countdown or revealing information over stages creates a rhythm, making each step more enticing. This method encourages engagement by allowing others to participate in the unfolding story. Engage the senses. When describing an upcoming event, appeal to sensory details. Create a vivid picture that engages the imagination. Imagine walking into a space filled with warmth and vibrant color. Let others feel the experience before it happens, making it more inviting. Share a backstory. Stories create connection. When people understand the why behind what's coming, they become invested. Sharing the purpose or inspiration behind an event or product makes anticipation personal, allowing them to connect with it on a deeper level. Promise a satisfying conclusion. As Stoicism teaches, trust must be honored. When we build anticipation, we take on the responsibility to fulfill it. Ensuring that what is promised meets or exceeds expectations solidifies trust and builds lasting loyalty. Anticipation and its impact on engagement. Anticipation makes even small moments feel special. It transforms the ordinary into something memorable, something that feels like an event. Reflect on the moments in your life where the excitement of waiting heightened the experience. This principle invites us to consider how we can enhance everyday moments by simply appreciating what is to come. Now, as we move to the next principle, let us turn to a timeless technique that invites connection in a personal way. The favor technique, also known as the Ben Franklin effect. 13. The favor technique, Ben Franklin effect. In seeking help, we honor another's strengths. The favor technique, commonly known as the Ben Franklin effect, suggests that when someone does a favor for us, they often feel closer to us, growing more inclined to offer help again. This effect might seem paradoxical, yet it's rooted in a deeper psychological truth. When we help others, we invest part of ourselves in them, strengthening the bond. By asking someone for a small favor, We offer them an opportunity to express generosity, inviting mutual goodwill and understanding. In Stoicism, humility and respect are essential in human relationships. Asking for help is an act of humility, an acknowledgement that we don't have all the answers, and it respects the other person's capabilities. Think about a time when you helped someone. Did it not leave you feeling more connected to them? This technique, then, is not about extracting favors, but about recognizing the unique strengths of others and honoring them through small requests. Ways to use the favor technique. Ask for meaningful, manageable favors. The favor should be small and reasonable, one that aligns with the other person's strengths. Consider asking for input, an opinion, or small help, allowing them to offer what they enjoy sharing. This not only builds rapport, but shows respect for their skills. Express sincere gratitude. Stoicism emphasizes gratitude as a virtue, and the favor technique thrives on it. When someone helps you, a heartfelt thank you reinforces the value of their contribution. Gratitude is a natural, grounding response that completes the favor cycle. Seek to learn, not to gain. Requesting help should be based on a genuine desire to learn or grow, not solely on personal advantage. When the request is grounded in curiosity or growth, the favor feels more collaborative, fostering respect on both sides. Allow the relationship to grow organically. Avoid the urge to overuse the favor technique. Genuine relationships thrive on reciprocity, where favors are exchanged naturally over time, creating a balanced and authentic bond. Offer help in return. A relationship built on the favor technique should eventually become reciprocal. Offering help when it's needed reinforces mutual respect and goodwill. As Stoicism teaches, this balance creates harmony, reminding us that influence is a shared path, not a one-sided effort. The favor technique and building mutual respect. By asking others for help, we acknowledge their value, and they, in turn, become more receptive to us. A relationship that begins with one favor can grow into a mutual exchange of support, each person contributing and benefiting. Consider the connections in your life that deepened through acts of mutual assistance. Are they not some of the strongest bonds you have? The favor technique reminds us that influence does not always require grand gestures. Sometimes it grows from small acts of kindness. Now, let us consider a similar principle in human relationships, the power of social proof, where collective behavior influences individual choices. 14. Use social proof to encourage acceptance. In unity, there is wisdom. We look to others to guide our choices. Social proof is the phenomenon by which people are influenced by the actions and decisions of others, particularly in uncertain situations. This psychological principle stems from our inherent need to belong, to make choices that align with collective wisdom. When we see others making a choice, it often appears safer, more valid, and more trustworthy. Stoicism teaches us to observe others with discernment, recognizing that shared human experiences often offer guidance while maintaining an understanding of our own values. Imagine entering a crowded space and noticing that a majority of people have chosen a particular path or service. There's a natural inclination to follow suit. Social proof creates a sense of security, reinforcing the notion that if others trust a path, it may be worth considering. This effect can be harnessed ethically to inspire positive actions, guide decision-making, and encourage alignment within groups. Ways to use social proof effectively. Highlight positive examples. Showcasing the choices or endorsements of respected individuals or groups can create a ripple effect. For instance, most of our readers find this particularly helpful, suggests that others have already experienced value, encouraging further engagement. Use testimonials and reviews. People value the opinions of others who have faced similar choices. Testimonials and reviews provide concrete social proof, showing that others have benefited from a decision. When presented authentically, these endorsements build credibility. Reference community involvement. Noting the number of people who have engaged with a project, initiative, or product reinforces a sense of collective participation. When we feel part of something larger than ourselves, our choices carry greater meaning and confidence. Highlight shared values. When social proof aligns with shared values, it becomes even more impactful. For example, many of our community members appreciate the emphasis on ethical practices, appeals not only to social proof, but also to values, creating a more compelling connection. Provide context for collective choices. When using social proof, adding context reinforces trust. For instance, in similar situations, people have found that gives a concrete basis for alignment, helping individuals see why others' choices are relevant to them. The influence of social proof on collective trust. Social proof reminds us that humans are naturally communal beings, drawing from each other's experiences to guide their paths. When presented honestly and respectfully, social proof allows people to make choices that feel connected, aligned with a shared understanding. Reflect on the decisions in your life influenced by the actions of others. Were they perhaps encouraged by a sense of belonging? This principle teaches us to consider the influence of others wisely, allowing their experiences to enrich our own decisions. As we reach the final principle, let us explore one last tool in the art of influence: emotional contrast, a technique that taps into the depths of human experience. 15. Leverage emotional contrast. The beauty of light is best seen after darkness. Contrast brings clarity to all things. Emotional contrast is a powerful tool, one that creates a memorable experience by guiding people through contrasting emotions: fear and relief, doubt and confidence, tension and joy. This technique amplifies the impact of the final emotion by allowing it to emerge from a preceding, contrasting experience. Much like light shines brightest against shadow, an experience or solution feels more valuable after a struggle or problem has been shared. In Stoic thought, emotional contrast mirrors life itself, where the value of serenity is heightened by facing and overcoming challenges. This principle can be applied in storytelling, marketing, teaching, or everyday conversations. By presenting a problem before revealing the solution, or sharing a difficult journey that ends in triumph, we invite others into a shared emotional journey that fosters empathy, understanding, and a memorable connection. Ways to use emotional contrast effectively. Begin with a challenge. Present a relatable challenge or common struggle to create an emotional connection. This not only captures attention, but also allows others to identify with the initial tension. Once the challenge is introduced, the path toward resolution becomes more engaging. Build toward positive resolution. After introducing the challenge, offer a resolution that alleviates the tension. Moving from problem to solution brings a sense of relief, heightening the emotional impact of the final message. Use vivid descriptions. Describe both the tension and the resolution with rich detail. For instance, portraying the discomfort of a challenge makes the solution feel even more rewarding. Descriptive language brings depth to emotional contrast. Empathize with the experience. In sharing an emotional journey, acknowledge the difficulty of the initial challenge. Phrases like, "It's only natural to feel overwhelmed," or "We've all been there," create a sense of empathy, making the resolution feel genuinely supportive. Leave a lasting impression. The contrast between difficulty and relief often creates a memorable experience. Ensure that the final resolution or insight feels satisfying, a reminder that challenges can be overcome and that clarity follows doubt. The impact of emotional contrast on lasting influence. Emotional contrast transforms experiences into journeys, leading people through an arc of emotions that deepens understanding. It reminds us that life is filled with highs and lows, and by sharing both, we create a more genuine connection. This technique, when applied thoughtfully, allows others to feel uplifted by the resolution, bringing a sense of clarity and positivity. As you reflect on your own experiences, consider how challenges often deepen our appreciation for moments of peace and resolution. And with that, we conclude our exploration of these powerful psychological techniques. In mastering the art of persuasion, we discover not only tools to guide others, but a deeper understanding of our own character and intentions. Each technique explored here, from the subtle power of a name to the profound impact of emotional contrast, carries within it the potential to uplift, connect, and inspire. Stoicism reminds us that true influence arises not from manipulation, but from a commitment to ethical and meaningful interactions. As you apply these principles, consider your intentions. Are you using them to build genuine connections, to inspire trust, to bring value to those around you? The journey of influence, like the journey of life itself, is one of continuous growth, shaped by the principles we uphold and the respect we show to others. If you found value in this exploration of influence, please consider sharing your thoughts in the comments below. Let us know which technique resonated with you, or if there's a moment in your life where a simple gesture or insight made a lasting impact. Your engagement helps us bring more reflective content to those who seek it. Thank you for journeying through these principles with us. May your path of influence be one that fosters empathy, cultivates connection, and brings wisdom to those you encounter. Please like this video if it inspired you, and subscribe for more reflections on Stoicism, influence, and personal growth. Until we meet again, may your words and actions continue to uplift those around you.